CBI says there is no evidence of his alleged coercion in the 2G case when he was telecom minister. Sources say his brother's role could be looked at. Meanwhile, Maran's grand uncle M. Karunanidhi reacts to what he calls as conflicting versions by the CBI. A leg up for A. Raja as well. Try tells the CBI that it's not possible to determine the revenue loss while granting 2G licenses. In the mysterious death of an IIT, and even as his brother suggests that no traces of poison were found, police confirm that he died due to poisoning. No traces of a suicide note either.
He has a contusion at the back of his head, and there is no poison or anything has been found in his stomach.
Even after a ban on manual scavenging and recent strictures from the courts, the denigrating act continues in our city. And as Lord Ganesha goes green, this Vinayaka Chaturthi, sweetmeats and special pujas ring in the festival at the city temples.
So when it is, say, made out of pure clay and eco-friendly, it directly melts into the water and the ritual goes on.
Good evening. Welcome to your primetime bulletin headlines now on NDTV Hindu with me, Evelyn Matthew. Lots happening from the state today and on the national front as well. Without much ado, the headlines from across the nation as well. Justice Soumitra Sen resigns after the Rajya Sabha voted for his impeachment, sends his letter to the President. The Home Minister says the CBI could probe the killing of RTI activist Shaila Masood as the police question BJP MP Tarun Vijay. The Enforcement Directorate registers foreign exchange violation case against Yoga Guru Baba Ramdev and his trust. His Scottish Island will also be probed. As Sports Minister Ajay Makan puts his foot down on the sports bill, his senior colleague Farooq Abdullah hits out at him. And Pranab Mukherjee tells NDTV that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have answered all questions on why Anna Hazare was arrested. In a huge breather for Dayanidhi Maran, the CBI has told the Supreme Court that it has so far found no evidence that Dayanidhi misused his office as Telecom Minister to ensure that phone company Aircel was sold to a close friend by the brothers. The CBI and the Enforcement Directorate filed their status report today in which they said that there was no coercion by Dayanidhi Maran in the Aircel Maxis deal. Now the CBI is probing whether Maran's brother Kalanidhi Maran's son DTH has benefited from the deal. Senior ministers who were involved with telecom policies during the NDA regime, including Jaswant Singh, late Pramod Mahajan and Arun Shourie, will also be questioned. Although Mr. Maran himself has refused to comment on camera, his grand uncle and DMK chief has reacted to what he calls conflicting statements by the CBI. Meanwhile, the former Telecom Minister A. Raja has just got a major leg up in his defense. TRI has now said that Mr. Raja followed government policy and that it's not possible to ascertain the exact quantum of revenue loss that may have occurred while granting the 2G licenses. The regulatory body added that it was not possible to predict what sort of prices an auction would have raised for 2G and that it did not recommend an auction methodology at that time. Back to city-related news. The mystery around the death of IIT and Gauri Shankar continues, although this was initially referred to as a case of suicide, suggesting that he had swallowed poison. The victim's brother now says that there was no evidence of such matter in his body and that there were bruises around his neck. The police at this point has confirmed to NDTV that the poisoning had led to the victim's death. Police suspect tension with his family to also have a role in this. In fact, there is no trace of a suicide note either. The post-mortem examination of the Chennai concluded earlier today and some of the samples have been sent for further investigation to the forensic labs. The mechanical engineering student was found lying unconscious in his hostel yesterday and in fact was a sponsored student by the HAL Bangalore.
தற்போதை போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் முடிஞ்சிருக்கு. இதுவரைக்கு கொடுத்த ரிப்போர்ட் பிரகாரம் எந்த ஒரு தவறும் இல்லை. வாந்தி எடுத்ததால் இறப்பிற்கான காரணம் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அவ்வளவுதான்.
Report says that he has a contusion at the back of his head and there is no poison or anything has been found in his stomach and further analysis will be done in the further two more weeks and that's what the postmortem report has been saying. And we have received the body and we are taking it to home.
This is not the first of cases of SARS from the IIT Madras campus. This year alone, 3 deaths have occurred spanning the last 8 months. In May, in fact, a native from Andhra Pradesh, Nitin Kumar, committed suicide. Way back in February as well, another MTech student of mechanical engineering died in a similar manner. And the latest one was in not very pleasant news as we enter right the middle of the festive months. Food inflation has clawed its way up to the double-digit mark after a gap of 5 months. Food prices rose at 10.05% for the week that ended August the 20th, as onions, fruits, vegetables and protein-based items have turned more expensive. For instance, the pricey onion soared by 57.0% year on year, while that of potato by 13.31%. The luscious fruits have become dearer as well by 21.58%, while vegetables were not too far off as well. They went up an overall 15.78%. Egg, meat, fish, milk and cereals share the same space on the graph. However, pulses are cheaper by close to 4% and wheat by close to 2% year on year. Inflation has been rising despite the Reserve Bank's prescription of a tight monetary policy. But analysts have pointed that this has happened because of supply-side constraints and increasing demand. And the price rise has taken on and gone up with a bang, literally too. You might want to stock up on those sparklers ahead of Diwali. Cracker prices are set to rise with the cost of raw materials going up. Adding to the manufacturers' woes is the competition posed by Chinese fireworks being secretly brought into the country on a large scale and ready to be sold at cheaper prices. Meanwhile, the State Fireworks Manufacturers Association say prices have gone up due to the central and state budgets, which had increased import duty on important raw material. But there's some good news from the auto sector as it looks upbeat this season. Yamaha Motors have posted a growth of 32% in its domestic sales during August 2011 as compared to last year. At the end of the past month, 29,934 units were sold. This is against the 22,683 that was last year. Meanwhile, export figures went up by 1,778 units from 2010. All this registering a good 30% growth within the overall sales itself. Well, the TVS Motor Company is not too far behind either. They have registered a good 14% growth in their overall sales. The company continued to maintain its growth with contributions from all segments in both domestic as well as export sales, with scooters taking the lead and exports witnessing a quantum increase. When we come back, it looks like this footballer and Kolkata were made for each other. They rise to their messiah.